Please keep quiet. Thank you. Respected Chief Guest, Madam Bula Choudhury, distinguished guests, honored speakers, our directors, sir, faculty members, staff, dear students, and members of our campus community. It is my privilege and honor to welcome you all to today's celebration of International Women's Day, themed She Builds, She Heals, She Leads. Women have always been builders, building families, institutions, and communities. They are healers who nurture and strengthen the social fabric of our society. And increasingly, they are leaders, leading innovation, driving change, and shaping more inclusive and sustainable future. This year's celebration is particularly special for us, as Iit Kharagpur is also celebrating its Platinum Jubilee year, marking 75 years of excellence in education, research, and nation building. It reflects a shared commitment to recognizing and advancing women's leadership, entrepreneurship, and innovation. Throughout this evening, we will witness several initiatives and recognitions that highlight the transformative contributions of women across science, technology, sports, healthcare, entrepreneurship, and grassroots leadership. Each segment of this event highlights the many ways in which women continue to contribute to progress and transformation. We are deeply honored to have with us distinguished personalities and achievers who embody the values we celebrate today. Their journeys remind us that empowerment is not only about individual success, but also about creating pathways for others to rise. As we begin this evening's program, let us celebrate the strength, courage, creativity, and leadership of women everywhere. Let us also renew our commitment to building a society where equality, respect, and opportunities are realities for one and all. With these words, I once again extend a warm welcome to all present in the audience. Thank you for joining us in this meaningful celebration. May the achievements and initiatives we witness today motivate the young minds present here to lead the way in building an India that is
Some athletes
inclusive,
compete in lane.
innovative, and compassionate. Wishing everyone a very happy and inspiring International Women's Day. Thank you and Jai Hind. Thank you. I request our chief guest, Madam Bula Choudhury, I request our director, other dignitaries, Dean Wellbeing, Professor Mandal, please come on the dais for lighting of the lamp. Professor Shunanda Dasgupta, please join us. All senior faculty, please welcome. Please come up and encourage us. Thank you. ভালো লাগে
Hello. Varde, Varde, Veena Vadini Varde, 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 Veena Vadini Varde, Priya Swatantra Rava, Amrita Mantra Nava, Priya Swatantra Rava, Amrita Mantra Nava, Bharat mein Varde, 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 Veena Vadini Varde, 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 Veena Vadini Varde, काट अंधौड़ा के बंधन स्तर वह जननी ज्योतिर्मय निर्झर काट अंधौड़ा के बंधन स्तर वह जननी ज्योतिर्मय निर्झर कलुष वेद थम हर प्रकाश भर जगमग जग कर दे वर दे वर दे वीणा वादिनी वर दे वर दे वर दे वीणा वादिनी वर दे नवगति नवलय ताल छंद नव नवल कंठ नव जलद मंद्र नव नवगति नवलय ताल छंद नव नवल कंठ नव जलद मंद्र नव 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 के नव विहाग वृंद को नव पर नव स्वर दे वर दे वर दे वीणा वादिनी वर दे वर दे वर दे वीणा वादिनी वर दे. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello. Good evening to one and all present here. I, Dr. Arindam Ghosh, will be your host for the rest of the evening. So after the auspicious event of the lamp lighting and the wonderful Saraswati Vandana presented here, we now move ahead with the main events of this special Women's Day program. So it is now my privilege to welcome on stage Professor Suman Chakraborty, the Director of Iit Kharagpur, to address the audience. Sir, over to you. A big round of applause, please.
Thank you, Arindam. Respected dignitaries, faculty members, students, achievers. Today we have gathered to celebrate in a unique way the success and the hard work of many who have been silently building the nation. Under the banner of the program, She Builds, She Heals and She Leads. And we are reimagining this as a celebration of our institutional building. Nurturing the women's in every sphere is, I think, most important. And no matter whether we celebrate it or not, we have it as a part and parcel of our lives. All of us have seen the light of the world through our mothers. And maybe in the Women's Day today, we are a bit outnumbered, a few males who are sitting here. We cannot forget the outstanding roles of our better halves, without which we cannot do even every single aspect of our daily activities. I am not a very history conscious person, but I was just trying to look into how the Women's Day concept came up. And it seems that in Russia, there was some unrest among women laborers, and they were looking for bread and peace. And if you combine bread and peace, so interestingly, in ancient, I should not call ancient, old Bangla classic literature, there is a very nice kavya known as Annada Mangal Kavya. So in that, the author Rai Gunakar Bharat Chandra is describing that Devi Annapurna is crossing a river on a boat, and the person who is driving the boat yet doesn't know that she is herself Devi Annapurna. So they are conversing with dual language, and very difficult for someone like a very simple person who drives the boat to understand what is being taught about. But when at the end it was revealed, then Ishwari Patni, who was driving it, he was asked by none other than Devi Annapurna that what you want. He could have asked for wealth and everything, but in front of Devi Annapurna, he said, "Amar santan jeno thake dudhe bhate." So let my child be there with the basic amenities that he or she requires. So we can imagine the outstanding role that we are having from everyone who has gathered here, whose courage, intellect, and compassion have shaped our society. And today, we are together going to celebrate that. But in a different way, we are here to redefine what celebration means. I have attended many Women's Day events. So people will fly balloons and this and that. So people have a tendency to project Women's Day as a baby game activity. And I think it is the greatest insults to those women who shape the world. And therefore, from this year, we have completely revamped it. And around this day, where ceremonies, symbolic gestures, etc. are made, we will celebrate through platforms, policy, technology, sports, entrepreneurship, and empowerment, celebrating the successes of women in each of these spheres. And unlike tradition, people start with addressing very renowned guests. We have extremely renowned guests. But I have resisted the temptation from starting with that, because to me, all of you are the real champions who have assembled here. Not applause, but access. Not symbolism, but systems. And not rhetoric, but results. So this will be the day when innovation will replace ornamentation. Enterprise replaces entertainment. We will talk about enter, but enterprise instead of entertainment. Dignity replaces display, and opportunity replaces optics. And an entirely different day let us celebrate, because empowerment is not an event, it is by itself an infrastructure. And that infrastructure must be built deliberately, institutionally, and courageously. As you have heard, Iit Kharagpur, once starting from the Hijli detention camp, and as a symbol of this colonialism, rose the first IIT of the nation, transforming a site of confinement into a temple of knowledge. This transformation carried a message that institutions can rewrite history. Today, we extend that philosophy to another frontier of national importance: women-led development, developments led by women. So today's celebration is an ecosystem launch of different activities, and it may be new to many of you who have not heard, as I will unfold each of these things one by one. For the last 2-3 days, we have been having the competition She Innovates, Women Entrepreneurship Grand Challenge program. This is not just a competition, and I believe that it has been an outstanding launchpad for women innovators across India. In a very limited time, the document that was shared with me, I was looking into the different technology areas in which these women-led teams were competing. Outstanding, amazing. I do not know how the judges could come with a few awardees. It's absolutely, it must have been a very, very tough competition. These are simple Kindles of women-led deep tech startups, campus innovators, rural and grassroots women entrepreneurs, and student innovators solving real community challenges. And I have seen in all the problems these are covered. That is why I am mentioning these. So now what next? As I promised, we will not stop by giving garland and some memento and say the entire celebration is over. These women startup achievers will get seed grants, fast-track entry into IIT Kharagpur's incubation ecosystem. Our Associate Dean of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, Professor Manoj Mondal, is sitting here. I am requesting Professor Mondal to have their fast-track entry, only the winners of today's program, into our ecosystem. Mentorship from industry leaders. And today, we are announcing a dedicated Women Innovation Fund. It will be only given to women innovators and no one else. This is needed because ideas are powerful, but they need capital. They need networks and some kind of backing. And IIT Kharagpur today is committed to provide that institutional backing that I'm sure will take them far ahead. Today, we are also celebrating the introduction of Gram Shri 1 lakh initiative. This will be in details deliberated by the chairperson of the Partho Ghosh School of Leadership, Professor Joy Sen. I am not getting into the details of this, but it summarily means a new method of leadership development of 1 lakh grassroots women over a period of 5 years, dividing them into 500 clusters, absolutely marginalized women. Each cluster will bring together 200 women supported by village learning hubs through a hub and spoke model. It is very difficult to develop a teaching learning method for these, because we usually develop the teaching learning methods for them who already are educated through formal education. But if we do not have people in so-called formal education sector, but they are leaders, how do you elevate them? So we have developed a new pedagogy approach which summarily is learn, play, lead and earn. These 4 simple keywords: learn, play, lead and earn. Through gamified leadership simulation labs, this is one of the toughest things in education technology, not that easy. Women will engage in real world scenarios, panchayat role plays, self-help group crisis simulation, crop loss recovery planning, health emergency mitigation, and supply chain negotiation. And the participants will advance through 5 leadership levels from seed to lighthouse. And powering this entire ecosystem will be through an AI-enabled rural leadership operating system called as Shokhi. It's a voice-based AI companion that can be trained to interact in local dialects. It requires no typing. It can read a content aloud and convert speech to action plans. Technology must not remain confined to cities. It must speak the language of the grassroots. If it cannot, our motto of dedicated to the service of the nation is a failure. Each participant will implement a village impact project, and the measurable outcomes will be monitored with an effort of leading to revenue generating initiative. And the central hub at Iit Kharagpur will monitor and fine-tune every level of progress of this program through live dashboards. So this is a new model of grassroots women empowerment, not by bhashan, but by systems design. When we have this empowerment, we must acknowledge the women grassroots change makers, the women who have already created significant impact at the grassroots level. And I am deeply honored to see the winners of that sitting here in this auditorium. Today, we will celebrate some of them from the self-help group leaders, farmers using technology, frontline health workers, and several others. These are women who have changed lives, not through visibility, not through appearance in TV program, but through service. Each recognition will be accompanied by technology support packages, skill development linkages, and institutional mentorship from Iit Kharagpur, so that with our collective support, they can contribute even more. Because dignity must be matched with opportunity. If we cannot give opportunity, just giving dignity makes no sense. And here comes the importance of a new academic program which IIT Kharagpur has silently introduced, School of Skills for Allied Health Sciences. When IIT Kharagpur introduces big BTech, MTech, PhD programs, people from long distance say, this is what IIT is supposed to do. When we have introduced a skill development program for grassroots level frontline health workers, people do not understand that the impact is much more than those many of the ornamental BTech, MTech, PhD certificates. So we are going to formally inaugurate this school where IIT Kharagpur will give a government approved certificate for frontline health workers so that they are certified to work in hospitals, clinics, and other recognized centers. For many of you who do not have the idea about this, and I do not have a lot of time to explain, in a simple way we call paramedics, paramedical staff. So different levels of paramedics will be trained through it. This school will train, of course, the standard paramedic thing, but where does IIT come in? There are many remote locations where the technologies developed at IIT Kharagpur are being used for last mile healthcare delivery. And those are not automatically integrated in the curriculum of such standard program. IIT Kharagpur has pitched in to train them with those technologies so that someone who is ailing at Sundarbans is being taken care of with a rapid maybe diagnostics or clinical decision system for the treatment. So we are going to give special emphasis on diagnostic technicians, health data operators, telemedicine coordinators, biomedical device operators, and community health technologists. This is all technology at its best. And I believe that with such training, tremendous job opportunities for these young girls from the community, local community, will come up. Our focus for such program is clear. Target rural girls who are first generation learners, economically vulnerable, and within 6 to 2 months, they will emerge as employment-ready healthcare professionals. And skill is not merely employability. They will also get dignity, independence, and power, which is societally also very important. In this way, many of you also may not be aware of that in a personal research capacity, I have been working with such frontline healthcare workers team for quite some time, who have been using our technologies for last mile healthcare delivery with the kind support of the Foundation of Innovations in Health led by Dr. Shatadal Shaha. So today we are going to felicitate some of those last mile frontline healthcare workers who have emerged from our own informal training system. At that time, we did not have the government accreditation to give that certificate, but they have all got trained. They will receive the white stole of dignity, symbolizing the society's gratitude. Along with this, we will distribute the digital health kits and explore health insurance support mechanisms for these frontline health workers. The COVID pandemic taught us a very simple truth. Public health begins not with hospitals, but with communities. And these are the real torch bearers of the communities. Today, we launched two very important programs, and I believe that in the history of any academic institution in India, forget about IITs, any institution, this is a landmark. We have given HPV vaccination, and we have started that program in the morning. And overall, all the eligible girl students, they are going to be covered. Entire cost is being borne by IIT Kharagpur. Already a large number of girls today have been vaccinated. And those who have been vaccinated, you are all very educated girls, you will know that how much it protects you from cervical cancer. So this is almost like a gift of life that has been given, which all of you, I believe, will remember. Today, we have also launched a technology-enabled smart health screening program starting with girl students. The government has given us a mandate to do an annual health checkup. Now what I thought, of course, my work in education health technology is something which has inspired me to think in this way, that we will do the same thing like bring people in a camp, do some mundane things, write somewhere and say camp is over. So we have all health checks done. Not like that. IIT is not for such a place. We work with technologies, we develop technologies. And why should our own students not get the first round of benefit? It reduces the cost, it makes the process much smarter, and technology coming into every aspect of healthcare screening. To celebrate the International Women's Day, we started with all girl students, 3,000 odd girl students will be covered under this program. Any advanced diagnostic tests that the students may have to do for whatever reason will be absolutely free, and IIT Kharagpur will pay the cost. So zero cost, complete coverage with most of the advanced technologies, with the combination of the classical lab technologies and the emerging point of care technology, the technologies which are among the best deep tech items across the world. You will get a flavor of those in these events. These screening tests include AI-enabled screening for anemia, cardiac risk, metabolic health, digital health ID creation by giving the basic health data, which we call as metadata, height, weight, blood pressure, pulse, oxygen saturation, longitudinal health tracking, and integration with IIT Kharagpur's own biomedical innovations, so that you will definitely become the first beneficiaries of the most advanced technologies that are being developed. Two of my own technologies which we developed in our lab and currently available in the market, PrePap QR and Hemo QR, exclusively for girls, for women's health. We are enabling its use for girl students completely free of cost. And we will extend this subsequently to beneficiaries, not just girl students, but daughters of campus staff, girls of local schools, and young girls from rural belts around IIT Kharagpur. We'll do it step by step, and we will extend this to preventive healthcare at scale, because a healthy girl today becomes a strong nation tomorrow. And with all these, I talked about entrepreneurship and She Innovates. She Innovates is a high-level entrepreneurship program with technology. But does it mean that people who do not know technology cannot come into entrepreneurship? Every home has a unique entrepreneur, and the homemaker herself is that unique entrepreneur. So to celebrate that, today we are launching Campus Cloud Kitchen program via our own Setu app. It is a new digital livelihood model for everyone, not just women, but I believe it would be women-led campus cloud kitchen powered by the Setu platform. So the idea is very simple. Let us say that I have a hobby of making some snacks. And that's it. I do not want to run a big hotel or restaurant like that. In my apartment's own kitchen, I will make it. The Setu app in the online system will float whatever I am going to sell from that 2-3 days in advance, maybe 1 day in advance. The menu, the item, and the cost. And such things will be there without any interference. So all what it means is that any student who is sitting in a hostel can pick up food from here. So it will be our on-campus Swiggy, Zomato, this type of thing. But you can choose as per your thing, and it will be an open competition, no restriction. So someone giving low cost, good quality food will naturally prosper. And from that one, if there is a food item ordered, in the next day at a particular slot, a delivery girl will go, collect that from that apartment and serve it to maybe one of the hostels. And I believe that the complaint of very poor food of the mess in this way will be arrested in a different, because every day the kind of love email that I get from students with outstanding comments on the quality of mess food, I believe that love will decrease a bit. So we will employ local women, integrate digital ordering, build micro enterprises, and in that way, skill to production to digital platform, income and dignity. This particular direction will create livelihoods even in so-called homemakers. I will end up with a few additional institutional initiatives which we will progressively launch. Women's Innovation and Enterprise Fund, an exclusive fund for innovation and entrepreneurship of women. On-campus childcare innovation hub. This is very important. Many women are finding difficult to have a balance, typically young women who have their children very small, to have a balance. So if there is innovation, we'll fund that. Women Faculty Research Acceleration Grant. Women's Safety Technology Dashboard. Very important, I think. This is one of the major things. And 100 Women Mentors Network, connecting faculty, alumni and industry leaders, women leaders, to mentor the next generation of women leaders. And these will be embedded in our institutional design. Today we also celebrate women in science, technology and well-being from our own institute. I am making this statement towards the end. It reminds me of the Tata Steel advertisement. We also make steel. So we also have women who do science, technology, etc. So their work reminds us discovery, innovation and compassion. And not only we will recognize them with some honor, we will have a separate Women in Science and Technology conclave in our Platinum Jubilee year, where we will bring together distinguished women scientists, faculty achievers, young PhD researchers, and our highly successful alumni women in deep tech, sustainable engineering, translational science, climate, and so on and so forth. And then, today my talk is a bit reverse. As I told, that all of you are very distinguished today, but I am addressing the distinguished guests at the end. Today, we are deeply honored to felicitate Padma Shri and Arjuna awardee, legendary swimmer, Srimati Bula Choudhury Chakraborty. Her life reminds us that the greatest journeys are often across uncharted waters, over which she hovered almost like a magical fish. Today, we will also celebrate our inter-IIT sports winners among our girl students, and she will herself give the award to them. I think that's the most befitting. To recognize extraordinary young talents, typically also young swimmers from the institute. We are privileged also to hear from Miss Sulajja Firodia Matwani, the founder and CEO of Kinetic Green, a pioneering force in India's electric mobility revolution. Now we talk about e-mobility, electric vehicles. See the women power behind that, and we will hear on that soon. Her address on transition towards clean and inclusive mobility is, I think, one of the talks to listen to today evening. We are also deeply honored by the virtual keynote address, again from a legendary scientist, Dr. Swaminathan, who headed ICMR and WHO, one of the world's most respected voices in global health. Her work embodies the powerful intersection of science, public health, and social responsibility. And today, recognizing the last mile healthcare and celebrating that is one of the major aspects of this evening. And there could not be a more befitting special keynote speaker in this program. So today's celebration is not going to be the end of any conversation. It is going to be the beginning of a national movement where technology meets compassion. Innovation always speaks about inclusion, and institutions like ours become engines of empowerment. When women innovate, economies accelerate. When women lead science, discovery deepens. When women gain skills, communities prosper. And when girls receive preventive health care, generations flourish. Let this be remembered as the year when Iit Kharagpur moved from celebrating women to investing in women, from inclusion to leadership, from visibility to velocity. Because the future will not simply arrive, the future will be built, and increasingly, unmistakably, powerfully, she will build it, she will heal it, and she will lead it. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
The applause should be more. Once again, a big round of applause, please. Thank you, sir, for your motivating words. Your leadership continues to guide and inspire the campus community and beyond. This Women's Day is a very special day for Iit Kharagpur. As sir has already told, we have with us a personality whose remarkable achievements have inspired generations of athletes and dreamers alike. She is indeed the pride of our nation.
Some athletes compete in lanes. She chose oceans. Some chase medals. She conquered horizons. She is the first Asian woman to swim across the English Channel, not once, but twice. She did not stop there. She crossed seas across continents, 7 seas, one indomitable spirit. Where others saw distance, she saw destiny. Where others felt fatigue, she summoned fire. Her journey is not just about endurance, it is about defiance. Against limits, against doubt, against gravity itself. She turned water into a witness of courage, of discipline, of relentless will. Tonight, we welcome not just a swimmer, not just a champion, we welcome a force of nature. A woman who proved the tide never defeats the determined. Please join us in welcoming the legendary Bula Choudhury.
I am honored to mention that Srimati Bula Choudhury Chakraborty is Padma Shri awardee, Arjuna awardee and Tenzing Norgay National Adventure awardee. Had an unbroken national unbeaten record for 21 years and have held more than 10 international championship. Ladies and gentlemen, please put our hands together to welcome the Queen of Seas, our chief guest, Srimati Bula Choudhury Chakraborty on the stage. Please. To felicitate our chief guest, I would request our director sir to kindly do the honors. Now, ma'am will be presenting the awards for the awards to the winners of the inter-IIT sporting events such as track and field, shooting, swimming, and also accomplished swimmers across the Iit Kharagpur campus community. So I'll be reading out the names and I'm requesting the winners to be on the stage, please, to receive the recognition. So first, Sanjana Reddy in recognition of her outstanding performance as an athlete among IIT students. Sanjana, you there? All right. Next, for the category of track and field events, I'll announce the names in sequence and you are requested to please be on the stage. Pujitha Jangili, Miss Sabita Kumari, Vani Priya, Nandita Dotto, Biri Yachu, Palagiri Meghna. Right, so I would request on behalf of them, Manya, yeah, please receive the awards. Next, for the pursuit of excellence in swimming, may I announce the names of the winners? Nikita Pavle, Srushti Chandorkar, Ayushi Upadhyay, Hitasri Narendra Jadeja, Shashwati Ghoshal. Big round of applause. Please go ahead. Thank you, ma'am. Next, for the winners for the pursuit of excellence in shooting category, Shraddha Rao, Neha Yadav, Lalnon Feli, Please do smile. It's your big moment. Next, we have recognition for enthusiast participation and spirited effort in swimming from Iit Kharagpur campus community. Sukriti Swarup, Adrija Ghosh, and Shairi Choudhury. Hasho, please smile. Good. Congratulations to all the winners and thank you once again, ma'am. Now we would be delighted to hear a few words from Srimati Bula Choudhury Chakraborty. Didi, কিছু একটু বলুন একদম না বললে হবে
বলাটাই তো প্রবলেম জলে সাঁতার কাটাটা সোজা গুড ইভিনিং এভরিওয়ান থ্যাংক ইউ ডাইরেক্টর স্যার ফর ইনভাইটিং মি today the International Women's Day and I'm really honored to be over here and congratulations to everyone, all the faculty, all professor and all my lovely student over here. You are all the future for our country and I'm not a good talker but maybe I swam little bit. I love that one only. I love to be in water all the time. I started my career very young. My father, who don't know, when he was child, he don't know how to swim. So while he crossing one river, he nearly going to die. And from that day, he promised himself that when I will get marry and I will get children, first thing I will do, I will learn them how to swim. So that way my career started. But my beginning in my family, my Didi used to song. Whole my life I heard Alu Amar Alu, that song only. And my Dada used to do tabla. And my parents put me in dancing. And I, up to that mark only, Hattima Tim, Mate Pare Dim. On that position only, I have danced that time. Then after that, I learned swimming when I was 2 in the pond. My father used to took me, and that way I learned, and I never wanted to get up from the water. When I joined school, that time it was very difficult for my parents to pick me from the water. So my love came from that way. But in school, I used to do athletics. Many people doesn't know, but I used to do athletics. Like I love to jump, running, and high jump, long jump, all this thing. Played kho-kho also. But I have to choose one, either ground or water. Because I was district champion in athletics and swimming also. So my father asked me, what do you want? You want to stay in the water or you want to choose field? So then I said, no, without water I cannot live. Because means everybody say, jol chhara jibon bache na, jolly hocche jibon. So I choose that one. And as you know that I was national champion, international champion, I got many medal and all this thing. But I was very hungry to do something different that people cannot think about it. And I choose, in my mind came, in my dream, that in Bengali book you will say, you will read must be about it, who are read Bengali book, that Sat Samudra 13 নদী পার করে এক রাজকুমার আসবে. It was always in my mind that I will cross, I will do something else that people can't think about. So what I will do? I was very bored becoming national champion every years and years. Means many people become 1 year champion, they think I have done everything in my life. But for me, becoming champion years and years, it's become very bored. Because our national champion, juniors, senior, 10 years in India. And international sub-games, I got 10 gold medal, mini Olympic, Asian Games, Commonwealth Games, all these things. But I want to do something, achieve something different. And in my livelihood, wherever I used to go for the championship, like Goa, South place, Chennai or Trivandrum, there was a sea. So when I used to go for the championship, I always used to jump in the sea water. And I used to go very far away from others. And people used to ask me, come Bula, don't go further, you will die, shark will eat you, so many things. But I never used to fear. And that is, I think, in my mind, always there, that don't be feared. If you want to do something, you have to do, either you die or you do it. So, I thought I will do the English channel. That time I was doing short distance championship. I was champion and making my record. But I thought, let's see the channel, what it is. But I never thought that water will be so cold. Because in Calcutta, you can see, in Kharagpur, water is so warm. When after April, it will be very, very hot. But when I went to English channel in July, the temperature was very, very cold over there. But there is summer time, from July end to September middle. There is a summer time, but for us is very, very cold water. When I went first day in the water for 1 minute, I thought my legs is not there. It's cut. And my father was with me, and I told my father, but how can I stay in the water? It means I cannot put my legs. Then I thought, in India, so many people, especially press people and my friends, everybody is looking for me, that I came here for achievement, I have to do something. Then I looked back in the water. I said, no, Bula, you have to jump and stay in the water, whatever will happen. From first day, 15 minutes to, I went to 12 hours. Day by day, I was practicing in the English Channel water in England, London. So it was maybe difficult. But একটা জিনিস হয় যে যদি কিছু মাথায় আমরা ঢুকিয়ে নিই যে আমাদের করতে হবে তো করতে হবে. So that way, for one English channel, I become in the world, that I'm the first woman in the world to achieve all the channel in the world. I saw English channel 2 times. In 89 and 99. And all this channel I swam after my son born. That is one history in not only swimming, in athletics. Because in our days, people in Bengali says, Kuritei Buri. I mean, every woman must know that Kuritei Buri, it really is to hurt me. Why the women will Kuritei Buri kano hobe? Even I have watched that many women, they are achieving so many things in their life, like dancing, singing, maybe education, everything. But after married and become the mother, the people think the women cannot do anything. This was my challenge, that why not the women can achieve? If they have the potential and they can do it, then why not? So it was my challenge, and to show that if you want, you can do it. Maybe in your way, so many things will come. That should not bother you. You have to go your goals and achieve that. So in my life, I have chosen that after marriage, my husband is here, he is very supported, and director sir already told Sumanda that better half is always there. So without better half, you cannot do. We are celebrating International Women's Day, but I believe that without your partners, you cannot achieve anything. So in Women's Day, I will proudly say, I'm grateful to my father, I am grateful my husband, I am grateful my son. So without them, I could not achieve so many things in my life. I came from very middle class family. My parents and myself never thought that I will get 4th President Award from India doing only sports and swimming. So swimming can be a career, that's what I never thought. So becoming the so many international champion and getting so many award, but I always think till now that I have not achieved much. I could have achieved much better what I have done if I got some infrastructure in my local area or my country or my districts. So I always think that if I have got it, the more equipment and more things in my life, my instrument, then I could have much far better. Because I don't know you all know or not, I have coached in river, but I train always gone for many other states, like Bangalore I train, I went to Bombay, many places, because I don't have any swimming pool in my place. I learned swimming in the pond, I train in the river. So when I gone for the international meet or national meet in swimming pool, it was very tough for me. I never used to wear goggles in the swimming pool because we have not started in my beginning life. If I wanted to start in the swimming pool competition, I used to very scared doing with goggles swimming. So it was very difficult for us for infrastructure, but without all this thing, we came this much. I like to say, I am not going to say so many things because I am very talkative in Bengali, not in English. I am not comfortable, but I love to talk. Because I think I have spent much time in the water, hours and hours, you cannot believe that. When I used to practice, I used to think this thing I used to think, ki Bula, you do hard work, one day people will give you the mala porabe apnake, and you will honor in this month. Kharagpur IIT, the famous in the country, famous in the world. And I am here, a simple like a woman, came here and getting facilitated from you all. I am really lucky and grateful to God and my parents and my family that they have supported me, and today I am here that you are all ordering me and sitting in the this place, all the students, women and boys are there. They are the champion and they are the jewel. You are all jewel. We are proud for you all that one day you will glory our country. You will bring glory for our country. So I am congratulate all the women, all the men over here for International Women's Day. Women's Day should not be in one day. Every 365 days, women should get the respect. The respect what we got today, I am getting today here. And you are all lucky. You have the director Sumanda like over here. I have heard so much from him today here that so many things he is doing for the women. It's outstanding. I am thankful to listen whatever he is saying from Kolkata to Kharagpur. I have heard so many things that he is doing it. I am congratulating you, sir, and thanking you that without you all people, women can't do anything. आप लोग सब मिलके women को आगे दे रहे हैं, ये बहुत ज़रूरी है. If women get empowered, then family will get empowered. I have seen my mother that so much hard work she have done. In front of her, I am nothing. How much hard work I have seen I have seen her. So looking at my mother and looking all the achiever women over here, I am grateful, and definitely one day India will be more empowered, more powerful with women. Thank you very much and inviting me, and thanking you everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those wonderful words of achievement. So students, you have heard the lady herself, that in spite of being an accomplished swimmer, she wished she could have done more. So never be satiated with your success, right? The hunger for achieving more should always be there. Thank you, ma'am. In the next segment, we move on to the leadership initiative segment. May I invite on the stage Professor Joy Sen from the Department of Agriculture and Regional Planning to introduce the 1 lakh women leadership. Sir, the stage is all yours. Over to Professor Sen.
Thank you, Arindam. It's good that Arindam connected me with the Department of Agriculture because I'm from Architecture and Regional Planning. Yeah, but I'm also connected with the Department of Agriculture because Architecture and Regional Planning is all about agricultural lands, helpless people, helpless women in the agricultural lands. Thank you so much, Buladi. I think your presence has made the infamous Hijli detention camp famous. And I think in our country we should have many and many and many more souls like you. If I recall Swami Vivekananda, he said, a bird can only fly with the 2 wings. If one of the wing is missing, the bird cannot fly. He said that about 140 years back, and today about 14 decades have passed, and a lot of things have happened to our institute. I remember entering this auditorium about 47 years back, 1979, and heard a talk from Professor Shankar Lal, who was the director of Iit Kharagpur. But it was a great speech which raised our minds, but it was just a speech. So about 47 years have passed, and today I heard a speech from our director, Professor Shumon Chakraborty. I call him Shumon because he is accessible, he's very near, and he's very dear. And in his speech, there are grains and details. And his speech has shown the certitudes, the assurances, the markers, the grains, the particulars, and the specifics of what IIT Kharagpur is doing and unleashing as an institute for the entire womanhood. She innovates, she leads, she transforms. That's the whole motto. On behalf of the Partho Ghosh School of Leadership and its patron, distinguished alumnus Dr. Partho Ghosh, it's a great pleasure to say a few words which was already evident in the kind words of Professor Chakraborty. I think he gave you all with all the grains and all the details. But today I'm going to introduce before you a person, and her arrival on this day in this auditorium, in the institute, is just not a surprise, it's a great blessing. I'll just introduce her, I'll give the name in a moment. Many of you know her, and she's all over the place. She's in the fields, she's in the remote village, she's with the workers, she's fighting for the women, she's fighting with the good men, fighting for the women, and she's making all the groups, the NGOs, the CBOs, the organizations, the various associations, at all levels of organization, administration, and action. If you look at the 2026 United Nations pledge for the International Women's Day, the United Nations has talked about rights for women, justice for women, and most important of all, actions to justify their rights and justice. Today we are here in this auditorium to talk about actions, to talk about grains, to talk about a program which will be unleashed in a few weeks or a month's time as one of the largest programs that could be envisaged, which could be designed, and which could be coming down to the grassroots for the service of women in our country. Swamiji said, you people have raised women on the pedestal, and you have called her God the Mother. But what about God the Mother who is your living mother? What about God the sister who resides in the neighborhood? And what about God the woman who comes from the nearby village and probably gets a salary which is not even a portion of the amount that we spend in a restaurant having an evening dinner? Now that's the difference. So she comes here and she walked relentlessly, courageously, And she has designed, she's the architect of our dreams, and she has given us the modules of about 100 of 1,000 modules, which makes a totality, an ambit of about 1 lakh women for our country, for our state, and for the regions. You walk out a few miles out of Kharagpur, and you'll find women impoverished, having din ani din khai, just a little food per day. And if she does not come to your home today and work as a maid in her house, she does not get the meal for today. That's the condition. That's the condition. And here we are, we're going to unleash, with the help of someone who has arrived here as a blessing on this International Women's Day 2026 of IIT Kharagpur. She has a huge journey, last 25 to 30 years. I think she has a portion of the heart of Sister Nivedita. I'm not exaggerating. She has a bit of Lady Obola Bose. She supports science and technology. And she also has a bit of Matongini Hajra, absolutely unmoldable steel. And she is also the genius of Leela Nag, who started the Dhaka Anushilan Shomiti to fight out the movement for Shurja Sen, Master Da, and Rajbihari Bose. She is no one else but Srimati Srirupa Mitra Choudhury. Here she is. I'll just read out a few lines, and I'll come to the last line, which is very, very important. She is currently the member, state legislator of the West Bengal Legislative Assembly. Prior to that, she was the chairperson, the National Institute for Gender Justice. She worked at two important positions. One, which are the national missions of the Government of India. One, national municipality and services for empowering of women, and the national legal literally mission. These are the two national missions of Government of India. And along with that, and prior to that, she was a chairperson of National Task Force Safety and Security for Women. And she chaired many and many steering committees for the United Nations for flagship programs on justice in general and women justice in particular. But I think most important of all, she's nirbhik. She's absolutely brave. She is valiant, and she led the Nirbhaya incident to declare and establish, as Buladi said, right from there, establish the rights for women, not as a bhashan, which Shumon said, but as something which is doable, measurable, tangible, and visible. And because of the incident, she becomes our Nirbhayadi. Nirbhayadi, we welcome you on stage to kindly enlighten us. It is you who gave us the idea of Gramasri to Matri Mukti, the total liberty and emancipation of womanhood in our country. Over to Nirbhayadi. Please welcome her.
I don't know what to speak in English or Bangla or Hindi, but প্রথমেই সকলকে আমার প্রণাম, ভালোবাসা। আজকে ইন্টারন্যাশনাল উইমেন্স ডে আমাদের সবার জন্য একটি তাৎপর্যপূর্ণ সিগনিফিক্যান্ট ডে, যে দিনটাকে আমরা অবজার্ভ করি for our rights, for upholding the rights of 50% Adi Abadi of our nation. Here we have our very, very, what should I say, very celebrated faculty headed by the director of the institute, প্রফেসর সুমন চক্রবর্তী, আমাদের প্রফেসর জয় সেন দাদা, যিনি স্কুল অফ লিডারশিপের এখন লিড রোল নিয়েছেন অ্যাজ চেয়ার, এবং সমস্ত আমার ছোট ছোট ভাই বোনেরা যারা এখানে উপস্থিত আছেন। আজকের এই অনুষ্ঠান আমি শুধু ওই জায়গাটাই বলবো যেটা আমার জন্য অ্যালট করা হয়েছে। Today we are here to recognize, to seek blessings for a program which I believe is going to achieve the flagship mark in years to come, that Joyda is going to spearhead, and we are hoping to get the support nationally for the program which is called Gram Shri. If I am correct, Gram Shri is a program which envisage to train 1 lakh women leaders from the grassroots over a period of 5 years. Many people are surprised when I say 1 lakh women. Where are they going to come from? How 1 lakh will be trained? Are they going to get a short-term training, long-term training? All that nitty-gritties, I believe the department, the School of Leadership, which was founded initially as an academy by Dr. Partho Ghosh, and now it's been transitioned from academy to a school because of the blessing of the senior alumni and also our director. That particular school is going to do this program. But where from we are getting this 1 lakh number? I would like to bring to your attention that in our country, at the moment, there are 14.5 lakh elected panchayat leaders who are women. 14.5 lakh Panchayati Raj women who have been elected by way of casting their vote from the public. And these 14.5 lakh constitute 46% of our elected leadership at the grassroots level. And you know that all these schemes, welfare schemes, right from the food security to housing to health sector, everything that we implement in our country, they are implemented under the leadership of these 14.5 lakh women leaders. I also want to bring it on table for the attention of the School of Leadership that we have a national nutrition mission, which means the mission is feeding children who are hungry, the children who don't get 2 meals a day, and most of them are children of working mothers. We have 14 lakh centers in the country run by the government, in which 24 lakh women leaders who started their job with 500 rupees at the angans of homes a flagship program which was launched by former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi ji at the angan of our homes to empower rural women and their children. That program today has reached to a level that we have 24 lakh women leaders employed by the government to feed, to take our Poshan movement, the National Nutrition Mission, to take it forward, to eradicate hunger from our society. So I told you 24 lakhs here. They are in a very lead key role at the grassroots. Imagine if our children are hungry, if they are suffering from malnutrition, the mothers are hungry and anemic, then what happens to the workforce of our country? So, we have 24 lakhs plus 14.5 lakhs. And then we have 10 lakh grassroots health animators. These health animators are also employed by the government, and they are supposed to rejuvenate, reorganize, recharge our grassroots health infrastructure. And these women, they are also 10 lakh in number. So I gave you, Joyda, 24 lakhs, 14.5 lakhs and 10 lakhs. The grassroots leadership positions. And now I want to little bit upgrade us from right from the village to a level where we all are hearing there is a MSME revolution going around the country. Especially when we talk of tech, startup, this, that, which is mostly talked at the IIT kind of centers. We have 2 lakh women MSME leaders, entrepreneurs, who have achieved, according to Government of India, the mark of excellence. These performing entrepreneurs have mobilized 80,000 lakh crore through the GEM platform to and contributed towards the GDP of our nation. So if we just take these animators, initiators, motivators from the grassroots, which are already digitalized with their names, phone numbers, and their performances, and we do a kind of random sampling of them, you will realize that they need tremendous leadership skills in themselves. They were assigned this work because they were good speakers, or they had a good social interaction. Somebody from somewhere picked them up and they started performing the leadership roles, but without having a formal education, without having a formal training, how they should contribute towards Vikshit Bharat kind of goal that our Prime Minister has set up. The goal is to take the country forward with technology, with AI, and with so many innovations. So I firmly believe in order to achieve the goals of Viksit Bharat, we need to inculcate formal technical leadership skill and discipline and knowledge amongst this kind of large number of women who are already elected and sitting and performing their day-to-day roles. So I urge from this platform, and my call is to the director and the faculty and Joyda and everyone who is sitting here, that we should actually move very fast and we should form the working group, the core group, who will do research on the beneficiaries of this leadership program. And also, it's a dream, you can say. If we can train them, if we can educate them within the ambit of the IIT's excellence of education, which I think Buladi was highlighting. I am a good talker, but I can't speak English. I am a good swimmer, but I didn't get infrastructure. You know, what we learned from our speech today is actually what we need to give to ourselves, to our life, if we get an opportunity. So I think IIT Kharagpur, being the institution of national importance, and also an institution which is the first IIT now celebrating the Platinum Jubilee, we should look at it as an opportunity for women, for the grassroots elected leaders, to be part of your curriculum, which has discipline, which has been mentored by the, the brightest of the minds, and to rise beyond what we are doing and seeing on everyday life. I truly feel, as a legislator of the state, when I look at a grassroots panchayat leader, she has to handle the whole world of technology if she has to access the schemes of the government and if she has to inform and upgrade the constituents that she has. Unfortunately, she doesn't know how to handle a correct mobile phone. She doesn't know she hasn't seen how a laptop works. So for her, getting a formal training would be an excellent step towards Viksit Bharat. And I'm so glad that in some small way, I could be made part of this very big initiative. As a legislator of the state, I am not hesitant to share with you, with the August gathering here, that most of the legislators and parliamentarians today, they also need to be mainstreamed in a formal leadership program which can bring up their mind to a great policymaker, to a contributor towards formulating national schemes and policies. I myself contributed towards making of the National Mission for Empowerment of Women and the National Legal Literacy Mission towards access to justice to the grassroots. And I also saw how weak we at the judiciary who pronounce our life and death judgments, how much leadership they require when they adjudicate, they go into implementation of juridical sciences. It's a very, very profound requirement that our nation has. So I really urge Joyda to look at going beyond skill training or volunteers training and getting into a very high quality curriculum with a course designed to train these key leaders from the grassroots, and eventually they should be able to lead us towards the Bikshit Bharat. I also, at the end, if I don't say this, some people call me Nirbhaya, some people call me Nirbhay. It doesn't come from Nirbhaya. Like your agriculture was, your architecture was coming from agriculture, so my Nirbhaya is coming from a program in 3,000 villages of Malda and Murshidabad, which is called Nirbhay Gram. So here, the main motive is to achieve the fearless attitude in every citizen, and especially women. As Buladi rightly said, nothing to fear. We don't want to be frightened about anything. So the fear is killing us, and we want to get out of that instinct, which is what I do in my Nirbhay Gram. And I would really like that this program flourish, and it's our great opportunity, I would say, for women of the country, not just Bengal, but the whole of India should converge here, either in hybrid models or virtually or physically, or Iit Kharagpur at times can go to the doorstep of other states to achieve the goal. It's my privilege and a pleasure to talk without a political theme. I am a legislator and going for elections in another 7 days' time. So from here, when I leave the campus, then I become a MLA of the state and I'll go for Parivartan Jatra. That's a different story. But here, what we are talking is to train, teach, educate the future leaders through an excellent curriculum and leading them to lead the nation, which Sumanda has very nicely spoken and given this title in the backdrop. I am so inspired to be here, and thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. I take your leave. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, we would request to be on stage. I would like to request Professor Joyce Shane to felicitate Sirupa ma'am. A big round of applause, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. So, on to the next segment. We are very fortunate here to have with us the guest of honor, Madam Sulajja Firodia Motwani, a modern-day women entrepreneur who is joining us virtually this evening.
The future of mobility is electric, and some leaders are shaping that future today. From the legacy of India's iconic kinetic group emerged a leader with a bold vision for the next generation of mobility. As Vice Chairperson of Kinetic Engineering Limited and the driving force behind Kinetic Green Energy and Power Solutions, Ms. Sulajja Firodia Motwani is pioneering sustainable transportation in India. Through innovation in electric two- and three-wheelers, she is helping accelerate India's transition toward clean, inclusive, and sustainable mobility. Her journey stands as a powerful example of visionary entrepreneurship, industrial leadership, and the transformative power of women in innovation. At IIT Kharagpur's Platinum Jubilee International Women's Day celebration, please join us in welcoming Ms. Sulajja Firodia Motwani.
Mrs. Motwani, we are delighted to have you with us. The stage and screen is yours.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you can see and hear me clearly.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, first of all, very happy Women's Day to everyone. And very happy to have this short chat with you virtually. Sorry I could not be there in person because of some other engagements here in Pune, and I do hope to come to your campus very soon. Let me first congratulate IIT Kharagpur for the wonderful milestone of the Platinum Jubilee, and to all the students as well for being part of such a prestigious university institution with such amazing legacy and history. So congrats to all of you, and very happy to be with all of you in online today. I think today I was asked to chat a little bit about the transition, towards clean and inclusive mobility. And I think there's no better day than today's day, which is a Women's Day, to have this conversation. And let's therefore quickly talk about why Women's Day is important and is it even meaningful. Every year on Women's Day, I do take out time to have conversations with many women students, women entrepreneurs, and many other groups to kind of share with them that I think that it's a very important day. It's a day where we can take stock of what progress we have made, as women around the world and in India, and what do we have to do ahead. I think if you look back, we can clearly see that globally, women have made much progress in the last few decades, from basic rights like safety, voting, education. I think now women are moving towards issues such as empowerment, safety, and career progress. So I think certainly if you look back and look ahead, we have made progress, but I would like to say that there's a lot more to be done. If you look at especially India as a country, we are one of the, I would say, nations which still has a lot to gain in terms of women's safety and women empowerment. And I think it's with everybody's collective effort. They say ki bund bund sagar banta hai. So it's everybody has a role to play in making sure that our coming generations are educated and empowered. So I think on this day, first we should remember that this day is a day to make a promise to ourselves, that we will do our best to ensure that our population is truly growing with inclusivity, with empowerment, with good health, good safety. And I think everybody has a role to play in this. So I would like to give my best wishes to everybody. I want to especially give my best wishes to the women in the audience and the women students. I want to encourage all of you on this day that you should definitely believe in yourself and pursue your dreams. I think if you see women in India, we are all always toppers in school, whether it's 10th standard, 12th standard, even college and even in universities. But I think the progress from being educated to being truly empowered is something that we have to focus in the coming decades. Many women start off their careers, but then they are not able to continue due to social pressures or any other, considerations. And I would just like to tell you that it is absolutely liberating to be financially independent. And if you are financially independent, if you are standing on your own two feet, I think that power, that feeling of self-empowerment is, something which is unparalleled. So I would like to encourage all the women in the audience, please believe in yourselves, please embrace your dreams, and please continue your journey towards truly financial and professional empowerment as well. I would like to encourage all the audience male members to support their sisters, their wives, their daughters, their mothers, their cousins to follow this journey of true empowerment. And it's women like us who by example can lead and educate and empower future generations. They always say that if you educate a woman, you educate a family. And I would like to say that if you educate and empower a woman, you empower an entire generation and an entire country. But I think let's first begin by saying that there's a lot to be done. It's up to us. Each one of us can make a difference, and all we have to do is believe in ourselves and to support each other to make this journey and these dreams come true. Now, looking ahead at the topic about inclusivity and progress, which is inclusive and clean and green, let me begin by saying that I am very bullish about the coming years and decades. I have been part of the Indian automotive and manufacturing sector now for almost 25 years. And I can tell you from my own journey that the point which we are at today in India, I think there's no better time for women entrepreneurs. There's no better time for true progress, clean progress, green progress, and inclusive progress. I think everybody knows that India is one of the fastest growing countries in the world with the fastest and highest GDP growth rates. And if India has to achieve its objectives of being truly Vikasit Bharat by 2047, then Indian manufacturing sector has to grow by 16 times. And for achieving those kind of growth rates, it is absolutely not possible to do that without having half a population involved in contributing there. So just the goals India has set, it needs everybody. It needs all the women in the population to contribute to that goal. So I think because India is growing, because we are a young country, we are a progressive country, that itself means that there are a lot of opportunities which we should embrace. The other thing I would say is that there's a lot of change which is happening, and that is also a great opportunity for inclusive progress. If you take the example of automotive sector, when I joined the sector, there were hardly any women in automotive sector. Those who were there were in areas like advertising or finance or HR. But if you see what's happening now, there is a great change. Electric mobility is the future. It's leading to a huge disruption in the automotive space. And that's creating new opportunities for new skill sets that are required, and therefore new women who are joining the workforce. Automobiles are no longer about only mechanical processes. There is more electronics, there is more software, there is more electrical components that are going in the vehicles. And that means that more and more new skills are required. And therefore, I think EVs is the best way that women are entering the automotive workforce. In Kinetic Green, for example, which is now one of India's leading electric vehicle makers, we make electric two-wheelers, electric three-wheelers, and electric golf carts. I'm proud to say that we have actually made great progress here. In our own electric two-wheeler vehicle assembly, we have 40% women on the shop floor. I think you saw the video in which you saw that a lot of these women are coming from rural Maharashtra. They are not only desk jobs, but actually assembly line jobs that women are doing. And only EVs making that possible. Similarly, we have companies in our group which are making electrical systems. They are making software into our EVs. They are making the electronic assemblies. And there, in fact, we have 100% women on the shop floor. Our entire PCB manufacturing line is staffed by women. And again, this is a new opportunity that is coming because the market is changing, because the industry is changing. So I would like to say that things like this are creating new opportunities for truly inclusive and clean growth. Look at energy sector. When it was oil and gas, I think it was again very male dominated. But the new green energy sectors, solar energy, wind energy, are leading new skill sets. Women can enter these kind of spaces as well. Look at what's happening in AI. Again, a huge generation of new skills are required. So this massive change that we are seeing in transportation, in AI, in energy, I think it means that new skills are required, new ways of working, new ecosystems are coming up, and that's where women can enter these workforces and make our transition to net zero not only clean but truly inclusive. I would also give a couple of more examples. The government of India has come up with many new schemes, Startup India schemes, and many of the schemes for women entrepreneurs. I think women can look at these schemes and truly participate in being able to, create their own enterprise or their own opportunity. At Kinetic Green, we are currently taking part in a project called the Pink E-Rickshaw scheme, which is with the government of Maharashtra, where we are giving 10,000 pink e-rickshaws to women, and these are women for the weaker section of society who are currently maybe doing housework or are currently just doing menial jobs. The government is supporting and giving them electric three-wheelers, and they are becoming e-rickshaw owners and drivers and supporting the entire family by earning almost 1,000 rupees a day. They're also able to provide safe and transport to the families and to women who are using, say, example, metro or bus public transport systems. So that's another example whereby the growth in our state is becoming inclusive and is becoming clean. I think all in all, I want to say that with Bharat becoming Vikasit Bharat, with great change in sectors like automotive going to e-mobility, overall, use of electronics and software in everything that we are doing, AI as a new opportunity, green energy as a new opportunity. I would like to say that there are many new areas in which women can enter the traditionally male-dominated sectors. And I think there is no area, which we cannot participate meaningfully. If you also see the new generation, jobs which were earlier not considered as, let's say, good careers, or, everybody wanted their children to be the engineers or doctors, but today there are so many other jobs. The people are becoming chefs, they're becoming sports management professionals, they're becoming hotel management professionals, they are becoming software professionals. In all these new sectors which are coming up, there are many new opportunities for inclusive India. So my dream is that India should not only be a Vikasit Bharat, it should also be clean and green, and it should be truly inclusive. I think in our journey to net zero, women have a big role to play. We owe it to our future generations that we participate and we contribute to making India truly pollution free, and not only as a user of products which are green, but also as a creator of products which are green. So with that, I would like to say that I'm very excited for all of you. As you graduate and enter the workforces, there is huge number of opportunities. People are coming back from America and Europe to India because it's a land of opportunities. And in that, especially, I would like to encourage you to look at these new sectors where a lot of skills are required. And these skills are required and they can be provided by not only men, but also women. And I think we have an opportunity, therefore, to contribute to an inclusive and Vikasit Bharat. I'll be very happy to help any of you. I'm happy if you would like to reach out to me on email or WhatsApp to provide internships, to provide projects, whatever I can do to help all of you to come into these new areas of growth and truly embrace technology and green India. I commit that I will help you and the organization under your institution. I also look forward to meeting you in person. And my best wishes to everybody, and I wish you a wonderful evening ahead. Thank you so much for inviting me. Very happy that I could get a chance to at least have this brief chat with all of you. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insightful words of wisdom.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone. I'll sign off now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thanks.
Okay, audience, are you having a good time? I said, are you having a good time? Yeah, so I know you are having a very good time because you are interacting so much among yourselves. So I would request that to keep it to a minimum and, right? So ladies and gentlemen, we are extremely fortunate to have with us our special guest of honor, an internationally acclaimed physician, scientist, and a global public health leader, Dr. Swaminathan, who has joined us virtually. লাইটটা ডিম করো।
When the world faces uncertainty, science becomes humanity's strongest guide. For over 4 decades, one scientist has dedicated her life to turning research into real-world impact. As the first chief scientist of the World Health Organization, Dr. Soumya Swaminathan helped guide the world through one of the greatest public health crises of our time, championing science, evidence, and equity in vaccines. Before that, she led the Indian Council of Medical Research, strengthening India's biomedical research ecosystem and advancing groundbreaking work in tuberculosis and HIV research. Today, her work continues to shape the future, addressing the health impacts of climate change and building stronger systems for nutrition and public health. At IIT Kharagpur's Platinum Jubilee International Women's Day celebration, we are honored to welcome a visionary scientist and global changemaker, Dr. Soumya Swaminathan.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Soumya Swaminathan. Ma'am, we are honored to hear from you. The stage and screen is all yours.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I think it's been a long afternoon and evening. I hope that the students are not too restless. But thank you so much for asking me to say a few words on International Women's Day. As a researcher and a medical scientist in this country, I think we've come a long way from when I first started my career. And I was quite often in rooms that, where I was the only woman, and that too a young woman. And it was quite challenging at times to make yourself heard and to make your point. And it was only through my mentors and, my seniors, who were very often men actually, who actually encouraged me and said that technical knowledge would be respected at some point. And so one needed to carry on. You needed to continue to do your work and to represent your work and speak up when there's an opportunity. So I would like to say to the young women here, things are different now, 40 years later. I see a lot of girls in the audience, in addition to boys. This was something we probably did not see so much in the IITs and other engineering colleges. But still, as you get into your career and particularly as you become more senior, somehow, it does become a pyramid, and that needs to change, because when you look at leadership today, whether it's across the IITs or whether it's across global health institutions, you will see mostly still very much men. Similarly, when you look at academies, the science academies, you look at the Nobel Prizes, you look at the Royal Society, less than 10% of the Nobel Prizes have gone to women, less than 10% of fellows in most of the major science academies are women. However, the good news again is that this trend has changed. In the last 10 years, there has been, I think, a very conscious, shift and change in the processes. People are committees are more conscious now that this is not just because women are not there in those fields or they don't deserve. It's just that they are very often easily overlooked. They also don't put themselves forward so much. So I would also like to say to the young women that when you see an opportunity and you think you're suited for it, you think you have the right match of qualifications and experience, put yourself forward. don't be shy. Don't step back and say someone else is probably better, because I think that's something that often stops young women from trying. Now, we saw how technology today, I understand you're also launching HPV vaccination in communities, and on Women's Day, I think this is a great step forward that India has taken. As you know, vaccines are probably the biggest scientific, discovery of the 20th century that has impacted lives. Do you know what our life expectancy was when India became independent, 1947? It was around 34 years. And today it is around 70 plus, 71, 72. So how did that doubling of life expectancy occur? And this has happened all over the world. Partly it's because of vaccines, because a lot of children used to die of childhood illnesses, which are today prevented by vaccines. A lot of children used to die of infections, which today can be treated with antibiotics. So even as late as in the year 2000, 10 million children a year used to die before the age of 5 across the world. This is now less than 5 million per year. Of course, what is sad is that in the last year or two, particularly after COVID, and now with the geopolitical tensions and so many conflicts around the world, we see some sliding back of the gains that we made. We see some of the indicators, the SDG indicators, actually going backwards, particularly when it relates to poverty, hunger, and health, SDG 1, 2, and 3. So this is not a good trend. We also see women's rights actually being, again, going back, reversed in many countries. And we're lucky in India in many ways that women still have the right, reproductive choices and so on. They can access contraception, they can access abortions. It's all legal. The government provides it free of cost. But in many countries, especially the United States, these rights cannot be taken for granted anymore. There was a very famous act called the Roe versus Wade bill, which actually legalized abortion, safe abortion, because that was one of the causes of mortality for young women, is that they were forced to undergo unsafe abortions. Now that Supreme Court has overturned that and said that every state can decide for itself in the United States. So there are many states there that no longer offer safe abortions. So you look at Afghanistan, where domestic violence has been legalized. The Taliban has said that women can be beaten legally by their husbands, provided they don't break a bone. So, we know that in conflict and wars, women and young girls are often victims of a lot of sexual violence. So in a way, today's International Women's Day, where we would like to celebrate the advances that have happened in the world, is not that great a time for celebration, I would say, because millions and millions of girls and women around the world do not have equal rights, as men cannot live without fear, cannot live in complete freedom and pursue what they want to do. Coming back to India, of course, I think all of you have that freedom. You are in one of the top institutions in the country. You're going to pursue whatever you want, I'm sure. But the last thing I would like to say is that IIT, of course, is all about technology. And we've seen how much AI has been talked about in the last few months as being transformative technology. Yes, it is going to be a transformative technology. But how we use AI and for what purpose depends on us. And this is where I think you need men and women making decisions jointly, because it is scientifically proven that when you have women making decisions along with men at any level, whether it's a corporate board or whether it's some other kind of committee, and particularly I think in the use of AI, would be more responsible, ethical and socially appropriate. So let's remember that, for our country, I heard the MLA also talking about something similar, where millions of rural women still don't have access to a smartphone. When we are talking about AI-based solutions for agriculture and health and so on, we need to make sure that we don't leave those same people behind. ones who got left behind earlier. We should not create or we should not widen the gender digital divide. So please do keep in mind also that technologies have so far mostly been developed for men and by men. Look at agricultural equipment. It's all designed for men. There are very few agricultural equipments and machineries that are designed for women, and women have so much of drudgery that they undergo in their day-to-day lives. So I hope that some of you, when you launch into your careers, will think about women and their day-to-day life and a lot of the unpaid care work that they do, unpaid work in the household, which is dismissed as being a housewife, though she works all day, so that the rest of the family can do things they want to do. Can we make life easier for them? Can we use technology to improve our environment, to stop biodiversity loss, to reduce pollution, to have a cleaner environment, whether it's air or water? Because without that, no amount of AI and technology is going to make us live a happy life, right? If we want to be healthy, we want to be happy, I think environment, nature is going to be extremely important, and we can use technology also to address some of those challenges. So I would like to thank you, congratulate the organizers of this program for really thinking about having series of speakers to address the women, young women in the audience and men, and I hope that you will just remember that when science serves society, then it's the true purpose of science. But science and technology can also be used to do the opposite, and that is harm people. And so this is a moral choice. It's not a choice that a computer can do or an AI can do. Moral and ethical choices only human beings can make, and this is why you need always to have that compass along with all the other skills that you've done. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you so much, Dr. Swaminathan, for that enlightening and inspiring address. It was truly a privilege to hear from you, ma'am. Now, may I request our director, Professor Shuman Chakraborty, sir. He will be virtually felicitating Dr. Swaminathan. Lights, stage lights. Stage light.
Dr. Soma, it has been a great privilege for all of us. We are missing you in person, but I am sure that we will have you sometime soon. It was a great talk, and we would have loved to felicitate you for your wonderful contribution, not just in Indian health, but the global health, in your different capacities, including your apex role at the WHO. So I would like to honor you. Please, if you let us know about the address, of course not the flower, but the other mementos. So we have 2 mementos for you, and you would like to send to your physical address.
Thank you.
And please
Thank you very much. That's so kind of you.
Namaskar.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We move on to the next event. It's titled She Innovates, the Woman Entrepreneurship Grand Challenge. May we have a big round of applause. So this segment highlights innovative ideas and initiatives led by women. We will begin with a short video highlighting the concept and followed by prize distribution to the most deserving winners. Stage light off.
Before revolutions are seen, they are imagined. Before change is heard, it is whispered. Across classrooms, labs, hostels, homes. Unheard ideas were waiting. Unseen courage was gathering strength. Then came a call, not just a competition, a commitment. A commitment to bring women innovators from the margins to the mainstream, from silence to spotlight. 161 dreams. From campus and beyond. From every vertical of transformation. Social, sustainable, smart, technological. Ideas were not judged by noise. They were evaluated by rigor, by clarity of purpose, by impact, by innovation, by scalability. Each presentation examined, each vision challenged, each spark tested, from very poor to excellent, from concept to conviction.
Some ideas healed communities, some protected the planet, some engineered smart system, some unlocked the emerging technology.
But all of them had one thing in common. They were not making the change, they were becoming the change.
On this day, we do more than award trophies.
We recognize transformation, the Social Impact Award, Excellence in Innovation Award, and Grand Changemaker Awards.
This is not just a program to celebrate the success of women power. This is a paradigm, a tribute from Iit Kharagpur to the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, where innovation is inclusive, where entrepreneurship is equitable, where leadership is fearless, where women are not participants in progress, they are its architects. When she innovates, India transforms.
Right? So, may I call upon stage Professor Mamoni Banerjee, the Professor in charge Women Entrepreneurship Development Program, to declare the name of the winners. Ma'am, please. And to present the awards, may I call upon stage the head of the Department of Rajendra Mishra School of Engineering Entrepreneurship, Professor Bhaskar Bhaumik, Professor Bula Choudhury, ma'am, the chairperson of International Women's Day Committee, and Professor SMST, and our honorable director, Professor Suman Chakraborty, onto the stage, please.
She innovates. It's a celebration within our ecosystem. So we have seen the active participation of the participant, not only from India, even from outside also. We have seen the participation from Australia, we have seen the participation from USA, we have seen the participation from the Singapore. All were actively involved. Thanks to our all experts who were involved to do the evaluation process. So IIT is committed to create the innovation ecosystems. My sincere request to all the participants to keep in touch. All your ideas were good, worth following up. Now I am going to announce this year's She Innovates Award. So we have created 4 categories. One is Engineered Emerging Technology and Entrepreneurship Vertical. Another is Smart System and Institutional Innovation, Sustainable and Green Solution, and Social and Inclusive Innovation. Under Emerging Technologies and Innovation, may I request Priyanka Datta and her team from IIT Kharagpur to come to the dais to receive the award. May I request our Honorable Director Sheikh to facilitate them with the certificate and trophy. This award is for Grand Changemaker Award under the category of PhD. The next award goes to Dr. Sandhya S. from UPES, Dehradun. She is getting this Grand Changemaker Award under the faculty category, but due to some unavoidable reasons, she is not been able to present today. So I am announcing her award in her absentia. Next Grand Changemaker Award under UG and PG category goes to Anjali Jadhav from Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gorakhpur University. May I request Anjali Jadhav and her team to come to the stage and receive the award. There is one special award, that is Excellence in Innovation. So may I request Mourani Hutai from Maulana Abul Kalam Azad University of Technology, West Bengal, to come to the stage to receive your award. Mourani Hutai and his team.
A big round of applause, please. Check.
Then we are moving to the next vertical, that smart system and institutional innovation. So under this smart system and institutional innovation, the Grand Changemaker Award under the faculty category goes to Dr. Sumana Samanta and Dr. Shirin Dasgupta. May I request Dr. Sumana Samanta and Dr. Shirin Dasgupta please come to the stage to receive your award.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, ma'am. So now this Grand Changemaker Award under UG/PG category. This award goes to Farhim Begum from Reva University, Bangalore, Karnataka. She is not been able to present today, so I am announcing this award in her absentia. So we are going to the next vertical, that is sustainable and green solution. So may I request the Sakshi Sinha and her team from Iit Kharagpur to receive this Grand Changemaker Award under PhD category. The Grand Changemaker Award under the faculty category goes to Ahana Bhaduri, Holdia Institute of Technology and her team. Dr. Ahana Bhaduri is not available today, but she has sent her team member, Mr. Sayantan Ghosh. So I am requesting Sayantan Ghosh to come to the stage to receive the award. Then Grand Changemaker Award under UG/PG category goes to Ananya Kole and her team from Jadavpur University. May I request Ananya Kole and her team to come to the dais for receiving this award.
Congratulations and a big round of applause, please.
There is one special category award under this Social and Sustainable Impact Award. This award goes to the Kumari Shreya from Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University, Lucknow, but she is not been able to present today. So I am announcing this award in her absentia. So now we are moving to the another vertical. So I am thankful to Debjani madam also, because we are sorry madam's voice was not there, but madam helped us a lot to review this particular vertical. So this award, Grand Changemaker Award under PhD category goes to Rasmitha Lalita and her team from the IIT Kharagpur. May I request Rasmitha Lalita, please come to the stage to receive your award. Then Grand Changemaker Award under UG/PG category goes to Shaloni Kurjekar from Jaswant Chaband College of Engineering, Nagpur. But she has not been able to present today, so we are announcing this award in her absence here. So last award, this is one special category award, Social and Sustainable Impact Award goes to Madhusri Dujari and her team from IIT Kharagpur. Thank you all for being the part of innovation celebration. Thank you.
Since we are celebrating innovation, we have a special event. Planned, the release of the newsletter Uddamita, which will serve as a vehicle to ignite the innovation. For this occasion, I would also like to welcome on stage Professor Manoj Kumar Mondol, Associate Dean Innovation and Entrepreneurship. On the stage, please. Koel ma'am. Now I request all the dignitaries to release the newsletter Uddamita. Please put our hands together. A big round of applause, everyone. Thank you, dignitaries. Thank you, Professor Banerjee. Our next segment, we will recognize women achievers from areas of science, technology, and well-being. May I call upon stage our director, Honorable Director, Professor Shuman Chakraborty, to please do the honors. So, may I have the name of the winners, please? Women achievers, yeah. So, I would like to call up on stage Professor Shagota Dasgupta, ma'am. A big round of applause. Professor Deepanita Roy Choudhury. Jore haat tali. Professor Meera Mitra. Professor Jyotsna Datta Mojumdar. Professor Rintu Banerjee ma'am. Professor Nirupama Mallik. Professor Koeli Ghoshal. She is awarded in absentia. Professor Gargi Das. Professor Debjani Chakraborty. Professor Shanghamitra Rai. Professor Koel Choudhury ma'am. Next, Dr. Vidya Kochat. Dr. Poonam Sundriwal. Dr. Indrani Sen. Professor Korobi Bishwas, awarded in absentia. Dr. Paulomi Ganguly. Next, we'd also like to recognize a person who has worked tremendously hard for the well-being of students on campus. Is the General Secretary of the Students' Welfare TSG, the lady in black who has already been on stage, Ms. Gyaneshwari Khare. A big round of applause. Audience, yeah, that's the spirit. Thank you, sir. Congratulations, Gyaneshwari. Moving on, the National Education Policy envisions an optimal learning environment with adequate support for student wellness as well as fitness, good health and psychosocial well-being. Iit Kharagpur takes a lead to translate this vision onto on-ground execution. Stage lights.
For decades, young women in India have carried a silent burden. Undiagnosed anemia, hidden cardiac risk, untracked metabolic stress, brilliant minds, unseen vulnerabilities. What if prevention began before the problem? What if intelligence guarded health proactively?
On this day, a first of its kind national paradigm is born. an all-girls technology-enabled health screening program for nearly 3,000 girl students of Iit Kharagpur is being launched. Not symbolic, but systemic. Not reactive, but predictive.
AI-enabled screening for anemia risk, cardiac vulnerability, metabolic health markers, data-driven, evidence-backed, precision-powered. This is not a camp. This is computational healthcare.
Every student receives a digital health ID, a living, secure health profile. Not a one-day report, but a longitudinal journey. Health tracked, risks flagged, interventions guided. For the first time, young women own their health intelligence.
Integrated seamlessly with innovations born inside IIT Kharagpur's laboratories. Biomedical engineering, eye diagnostics, data analytics, wearable technologies. Innovation is no longer confined to research papers. It now safeguards 3,000 lives in real time. India has long spoken about women's empowerment, but silent health risks have remained invisible. Anemia affects millions. Cardiac risk emerges early. Metabolic disorders creep quietly. This program confronts that reality before it becomes destiny. This is not charity. This is not tokenism. This is compulsory, institution-wide health intelligence. Designed and curated as a systemic reform. A model for campuses across India. A prototype for national replication.
When technology protects women, productivity rises, confidence deepens, leadership strengthens. Healthy women build healthy nations.
For all the students present here, please witness as we present a virtual walkthrough of the medical camp that our director mentioned in his opening address. May you have the video, please.
At IIT Kharagpur, excellence is not only measured by academic achievement, but by the well-being of every student who calls this campus home. In a pioneering initiative, IIT Kharagpur is launching a campus-wide mental and physical health checkup program, available free of cost for all students. The journey begins with registration and vital screening, where students check in and basic health indicators such as blood pressure, pulse, and overall vitals are recorded. Next comes point-of-care testing, quick and minimally invasive tests that help identify early indicators of health conditions and support preventive care. Students then meet experienced doctors for a comprehensive consultation, reviewing medical history, symptoms, and test results to create a personalized health plan. The checkup also includes oral and dental screening, ensuring preventive care and promoting long-term health awareness. Where needed, students are guided to specialized consultations, further assessments, and mental health support, ensuring no concern goes unheard or untreated. This initiative reflects IIT Kharagpur's commitment to building a campus where innovation thrives, minds stay resilient, and every student is supported physically and mentally. Because at IIT Kharagpur, a healthy campus builds a stronger future.
The next segment introduces a strategic initiative in line with Government of India's launch of free HPV vaccination campaign for girls.
Video film for HPV for all girl students at IIT Kharagpur launched on International Women's Day. The protection goes even further. For the first time on this campus, every girl student will receive HPV vaccination free of cost. A powerful protection against cervical cancer, one of the most preventable cancers in women. Administered through Cervavac, India's own HPV vaccine. It will be delivered in a complete 3-dose schedule at 0, 1 and 6 months. A simple intervention, a lifetime of protection. Science preventing suffering before it ever begins. This is not only vaccination. This is prevention. This is dignity. This is safeguarding the future of every young woman here.
Thank you. In our next event, students, either you clap or be quiet. There you have two things to do, right? That too is half-hearted, not good. Our next event recognizes grassroots change makers. Here we honor self-help group leaders and rural innovators whose work continues to transform communities and livelihoods.
In humble kitchens across rural Bengal, self-help group leaders wake before sunrise. They cook not just meals, they cook nutrition, they cook dignity, they cook the strength of tomorrow. For thousands of children, education begins with nourishment.
In farms and micro-enterprises, rural women are rewriting economics. From seed to supply chain, from local markets to collective resilience. They are agripreneurs, risk takers, community anchors, not beneficiaries, builders, and in the deep interiors of Bengal, across river islands of the Sundarbans, frontline health workers travel miles through tide, storm, and uncertainty to deliver care where maps fade. Vaccinations, maternal care, basic diagnostics, health awareness. They are the bridge between vulnerability and survival.
Many of them are empowered by technologies nurtured at Iit Kharagpur. Low-cost diagnostics, smart health tools, sustainable agri-solutions. Innovation leaves the laboratory and enters the village. Technology finds its true purpose in their hands.
They do not call themselves innovators. They do not call themselves entrepreneurs. They do not call themselves change makers. But we do, because real change does not begin in boardrooms. It begins in kitchens, in fields, on muddy roads, in fragile huts.
Today we salute the self-help group leaders. We salute the agribusiness pioneers. We salute the frontline health warriors. You are not unsung. You are unstoppable. IIT Kharagpur stands with you, works with you, innovates with you, because when the last mile rises, India rises.
So now, stage lights. May I have the names of the innovators? Right. So to felicitate them, may I welcome on stage Honorable Director IIT Kharagpur. Mrs. Tanaya Kundu. A big round of applause. Congratulations, ma'am. Next, Mrs. Madhumita Patnaik. Many congratulations, ma'am. And the next grassroots innovator, change maker, Mrs. Nisha Niranjan, who is the founder of VN Organics, but on her behalf, Mrs. Trisha Paroi will be receiving the award. A big round of applause, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. All right, audience, may I have your attention, please? We now move on to the launch of School for Skills, Allied Health Sciences. We have with us Professor Soumen Das, Dean, BC Roy Multispeciality Medical Research Center, and Professor SMST, who is also. We also have with us a renowned surgeon and social entrepreneur, Professor Dr. Shatadal Saha, who is the founder of School for Skills, President Foundations for Innovation in Health, Dean School of Health Environment and Sustainability Studies, TCG Crest University, and 3 doctors from Dr. BC Roy Multispeciality Medical Research Center, Dr. Oritri B, Dr. Sumona Samanto, and Dr. Parameshwar Satpathy, who have significantly contributed towards the development of this school. We will hear a few words from Professor Das and Professor Saha. I'd request all of them to be on the dais, please. Congratulations, my fellow department colleagues.
Good evening, everyone. So today, at International Women's Day, we have the opportunity to listen the achievements and the leadership quality from our distinguished guest. Now, at Iit Kharagpur, as our director told, so we also have to do something for the empowerment of the youth generation, and today is the auspicious day when we are announcing this our activity. It is a striving to impart the social empowerment to the youth generation, and continuing to this commitment in the Platinum Jubilee year of the Iit Kharagpur, we are pleased to announce on the behalf of BCRMRC Medical College, the launch of the School for Skills, Healthcare and Technology for Allied Health Science in association with the Foundation in Innovation for Innovation in Healthcare, Kolkata, to offer the NSDC accredited paramedical skill development training program through the CAP. This is a certificate program, and NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation, under the Ministry of Skill. These courses have been designed, and now the 3 coordinators from the medical college, Dr. Sumona Samanto, Dr. Oritri Bir, and Dr. Parameshwar Satpathy, they are the coordinator of these courses. And we are taking the partner from the foundation in the healthcare, Innovation in Healthcare, Kolkata, Professor Dr. Shatadal Saha. He is the surgeon and he is the director of the FIH, who will be with us to offer these courses. This is a certificate course offered from the CAP, and 3 courses we are launching. One is the phlebotomist, then the general duty assistant, and emergency medical technicians. These 3 courses, in these 3 courses, students, candidates have been enrolled, and from tomorrow, we are starting the classes at Syama Prasad Mukherjee Super Speciality Hospital. Okay, so this is the, from the institute side, we are offering this program, and not merely as an act of the support, but as a platform for the empowerment. Beyond the individual skill development, this initiative is expected to contribute to the neighboring socio-economic development in and around the Kharagpur and also the nearby rural areas. By equipping young people, particularly those who have completed the class 12s and are seeking entry into the competitive job markets with practical and industry-relevant skills, this program, certificate programs, aims to strengthen their economic and financial independence. Ultimately, this effort represents a unique platform where cutting-edge healthcare technology meets the human compassion to support the inclusive growth and community development. With this, I thank you, and now I'll request Professor Shatudal sir to speak something how his organization FIH will be involved in this program. Thank you. Please.
Thank you, Professor Das. Thank you, Professor Chakraborty. And thank you, the faculties of IIT, for inviting me to be here. I am aware everyone wants to watch cricket, so I'll be extremely short. It is an honor of my life to be back here and set up this school where we expect to teach youth from rural and semi-urban areas, from surrounding areas or from far, as allied health professionals, for which there is a severe shortage in hospitals, diagnostic centers, in every tier of healthcare provider in India, to the extent of almost 6 million. So at our foundation, we have 11 schools spread across 6 states in India, 4 of which are among the 10 poorest states. In the last 10 years, we have trained more than 5,000 rural youth with class 10 and class 12 formal education, more than 80% of whom are now working in more than 80 hospitals in almost all major cities in India. The school is powered by women. All our faculties are women. Most of the center administrators are women, and 65% of our students are girls. In addition to that, our foundation delivers primary care in underserved last mile rural areas using data-driven technologies and diagnostic technologies, most of which have been innovated in Iit Kharagpur under the leadership of Professor Suman Chakraborty. Out of the 124 health workers who are working with us now in the last mile areas, 75% are girls and women, and they are delivering primary care to more than 20,000 patients every year, and they are conducting mass population screening for cervical cancer, breast cancer, and oral cancer, covering almost 35,000 people in 4 different locations in India. So, what I learned from the last 10 years of experience of working with girls and women with limited formal education is, if you teach a man, he uses it for the benefit of himself and the family. If you teach a woman, she spreads it in the society and uplifts the society as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now may we all witness the video which will highlight the launch.
In the villages of India, healthcare is not a statistic. It is a distance, a delay, a dream deferred. But what if technology could travel that last mile? What if skills could transform survival into dignity? In the villages of India, healthcare is not a statistic. It is a distance, a delay, a dream deferred. But what if technology could travel that last mile? What if skills could transform survival into dignity?
From the grassroots of rural and semi-urban India, a new generation is rising, not seeking charity, seeking capability. A bold initiative within the campus of Iit Kharagpur, where cutting-edge healthcare technology meets human compassion.
150 young minds every year, mostly rural boys and girls. Many first-generation learners, training not just in traditional healthcare skills, but in emerging and disruptive technologies. Aligned with the National Skills Qualifications Framework, affiliated with the National Skill Development Corporation, certified by the Healthcare Sector Skill Council. This is not informal training. This is nationally benchmarked transformation. Here, students will not just learn to assist. They will validate technologies, conduct field trials, generate real health data from rural India. Innovation will not remain confined to laboratories. It will breathe in villages. It will travel to the unreached.
This is a new paradigm. Women are not recipients of mercy. They are the pillars of an ecosystem. From economically weaker sections to empowered healthcare professionals, from job seekers to job creators. Many will serve here in Iit Kharagpur's own super specialty hospital, delivering care with skill, dignity and technological edge.
On March 8th, a celebration. On March 9th, 2026, a commencement. Not just of classes, but of a movement. This initiative strengthens India's healthcare ecosystem, generates employment, builds resilience, empowers women, uplifts the bottom of the pyramid. It reflects the national resolve for inclusive, skill-driven growth. When technology meets compassion, when skills meet opportunity, when grassroots youth meet world-class innovation, transformation is inevitable. Training not just in traditional healthcare skills, but in emerging and disruptive technologies.
So that was pretty grand, right? I would request Professor Dash and Professor Shaha to be on the stage, please, because in the next segment, we'll recognize grassroots frontline health workers and present them with small token of appreciation for their dedication and service. Female community health workers from Sundarban, Birbhum and Rishra are bringing door-to-door mass population screening, including cancer screening, to underprivileged communities by leveraging frugal health technologies such as PrEP QR, Oroscan, developed at the Common Research and Technology Development Hub under the mentorship of Professor Suman Chakraborty. This initiative enables early detection of diseases, improving access to timely care and strengthening community-based healthcare. I would like to take this opportunity to also invite our Honorable Director, Professor Suman Chakraborty, to the stage to proceed toward the felicitation. So now I will call upon the names of the grassroots health workers. From Rishra, we have Jhuni Kumari Verma, Nidhi Prasad, Khushbu Kumari Singh, Suchitra Prasad, Preeti Thakur, Sulekha Shaw. From Sundarban, we have Shoma Mondol and Nobonita Mondol. And from Birbhum, we have Pritikona Ghosh, Esha Mitro, Rani Dash, Manchona Bagdi, and Beauty Godai. All of you are welcome on the Ektu Lamba Soja. So now the Kodak moment. Everybody smile, please. And audience, please, a big round of applause. The community workers are working day in and day out to make a difference in our lives. Congratulations to everyone, and thank you. One more photograph, please. Thank you, and once again, congratulations everybody. Khub bhalo. Our next segment introduces a very interesting and useful concept which we call Click, Eat and Smile. It's a woman-led digital enterprise initiative titled Setu Cloud Kitchen, which brings home-cooked food for the campus community on demand.
For generations, her kitchen was invisible to the economy. Her skill, unpriced. Her labor, unrecognized. Her dreams, postponed. But what if the kitchen became a command center? What if care became commerce? What if dignity met digital?
Hello. Under the transformative Setu well-being mission of Iit Kharagpur, we have undertaken an all-women cloud kitchen initiative. Setu, which means a bridge, it's a bridge between the talent and technology, between the homemakers and the markets, between the aspirations and autonomy. Through this Setu app, women, even individuals, offer self-managed home-cooked meals which will be listed transparently, priced competitively and purchased seamlessly by the campus residents. This is the new initiative we have taken.
No middlemen, no gatekeepers, no dependency, a common online portal, real-time orders, transparent pricing, direct earnings. She manages her kitchen, she manages her time, she manages her enterprise. Door-to-door supply led entirely by young women. Speed, safety, solidarity. This is not just food delivery. This is economic circulation powered by women. This is a radical redefinition. From homemakers to change makers. From job seekers to job creators. From socio-economic margins to market participation. The so-called informal skill becomes formal enterprise. The unseen workforce becomes visible leadership. Competitive pricing ensures fairness. Digital transparency ensures trust. Technology ensures scalability. This is not charity. This is market-linked empowerment. An ecosystem curated within IIT Kharagpur, designed to be replicated anywhere. A model born in a campus. A template for communities. A blueprint for nations. A gift from IIT Kharagpur to the world of opportunities for women power. Because empowerment is not a slogan. It is sustainable income. It is digital inclusion. It is economic sovereignty.
Thank you. To tell us more about this initiative, I would like to welcome on stage Mrs. Choiti Das, the Vice President of Technology Club, and Professor Sunita Mishra from the Department of Mining Engineering. Ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity as the Vice President of Technology Club of our campus to share our experience of organizing annual food fest a few weeks ago. The event featured 30 stalls run by 42 enthusiastic campus ladies participants, offering an impressive variety of cuisines from Bengal to Oriental, Mughlai to South Indian, and from fast food to healthy options, including snacks, meals, beverages, and desserts. The response from the community was overwhelming, with an approximate footfall of 500 people, mostly students, and around 1.6 lakh in transactions within just 3 hours. But more than the numbers, what truly stood out was the talent, creativity, and entrepreneurial spirit of the participants. That is why I am particularly excited about the Cloud Kitchen initiative. Based on what we witnessed during the food fest, I strongly believe that many of these talented ladies can actively participate and make this initiative a great success. At the same time, our students will benefit from a wide range of food choices according to their tastes and preferences. The campus ladies and the Technology Club extend our full support to the initiative, and look forward to contributing towards providing nutritious and homely meals for our beloved students. I look forward to seeing this platform grow and create many more such opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Choity, for assuring all your support for this initiative of Cloud Kitchen, which is the brainchild of our esteemed Director, Sir Professor Suman Chakravarti. I am sure with this initiative, not only our female master chefs will transform into great entrepreneurs, but also it will greatly benefit our larger pool of students who constantly strive for various regional authentic delicacies that they hardly find in and around Kharagpur. I request all your attention for this line, because this Cloud Kitchen, mostly I believe that your travel to Kolkata for great food will greatly diminish, as you will find all these delicacies here itself on this Setu app that we will be launching very, very soon. So IIT administration is determined to provide the best to both students and campus residents with healthy and appetizing food menu that would be uploaded onto a digital platform, something similar to Swiggy and Zomato. So this feature or app has already been developed in-house by our students. We will be soon integrating this feature into our recently launched one-stop Setu app. So I would like to state here that we have not yet launched the Cloud Kitchen and will be available soon on the Setu app. We strongly encourage you to use the app, which is available in Google Play Store and Apple App Store. With this, I thank you all and I hope you use this feature on Setu app to the best of your extent. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Choity and Professor Sunita. We now have a working demo of the Setu app from the student team of ZAIS.
We worked so hard to get into this college. Late nights, endless studying. We finally made it. I'm really so proud to be here.
But sometimes, usually around the dinner time, it just hits you. You realize how far away you are from your family. You miss the familiar sounds of your mom's kitchen. The way she would hand you a hot roti straight from the stove. You just miss the feeling of being cared for.
And right there I noticed a new section of home cooked meals and slice. It wasn't some commercial restaurants, it was mothers, housewives opening up their own kitchens to us. So I ordered
I did not look at it as a business transaction.
I went to my stove and cooked for her like she was my own daughter.
Half an hour later, the rider Didi called me to my hostel gate. The steam hit my face and it smelled exactly like my mom's cooking. I took one bite, all the campus stress just faded away. For that one moment, I was home.
Well, big round of applause, because as we are sure as this initiative launches, as Professor Chakravarti already said, your bittersweet love for the mess food will definitely materialize. Now, as we approach to the conclusion of this inspiring evening, I invite Professor Gayatri Mukherjee on behalf of the organizing team to deliver the vote of thanks. From myself, thank you all for being a wonderful audience and part of this inspiring celebration for leadership, innovation and women empowerment. Wishing everyone a very meaningful International Women's Day. Thank you all. All right, so we have the student team of ZAIS who will be giving us a working demo.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. First of all, let me introduce ourselves. I am Shahid. This is Arnav, Sohail, and Akshat. And today, we are so incredibly grateful for this opportunity today and the one who provided us the stage today. We are not here to pitch a standard business model today. We are here to tell you a story about something that started at 2 a.m. at Nehru Hall canteen during NSEMS, almost completely by accident. And somehow, we ended up right here. Let me take you back at that night, the NSEM season, at 2 a.m. We used to spend a lot of time there, stress eating, doom scrolling, and just trying to be somewhere that wasn't our room. Every night, we did watch Ashim Da from Nehru Canteen order from Excel sheet, students crowding and shouting over the counter, and him trying to manage every "Dada mera order ka hai." And one night, watching that bottleneck, we just thought, we can fix it. And there was no second thought. We just sat down and built it. And here is the result. So Ashim Da was really very happy with our product, and he's been using for 3 months using our product and approximately managing 1.2 lakhs GMV every month using our platform and POS.
After this, we just boomed. In just 2 weeks, we onboarded 8 night canteens, 2,500 of you registered, and thus we are pursuing 40 to 50 orders every day, generating a GMV of over 60,000. 4 a.m. deliveries, easy dine-in and takeaway orders, and proper data analytics for the canteen owners to manage and grow their businesses. We are fixing the bottleneck. We have the logistics, and we are scaling the convenience. A convenience without a soul.
But let me tell you, every single person in this room knows what it feels like to be away from home. The food we are delivering lacked affection. It lacked warmth. It lacked mother's touch that you desperately crave when you have stressed with exam, or running over fever, or just feeling completely isolated in your room. Students were eating, but it was mechanical. There was no soul in that food. And we realized that the actual problem at Iit Kharagpur wasn't just broken supply chain. It was the affection in the food. So we decided we had to fix that too. So we cold emailed our director, Professor Suman Chakraborty, and we got the reply in few hours. In that meeting, we got to know that how a meal from a local lady was the first time that made the KGP actually feel like home to them. That was it. That was the soul we are looking for. And today, on International Women's Day, it feels like perfect moment to acknowledge where that soul actually comes from. All around our campus, there are countless mothers and housewives quietly making dabbas every single day. Women who are pouring real affection, care, and mother's touch into their cooking. We decided it was time to take their love and share it to the entire KGP community. So today, to finally bring that feeling of home to every student, we are incredibly proud to announce the launch of our Slice homemade meal with our integration with Setu Cloud Kitchen.
Food delivery is just the beginning for us. Let us have a glimpse at what the future holds for Slice. Using the unutilized mess money to order home-cooked meals, digitalizing the HMC services provided by the halls, and automating OPD workflows and medicine delivery. These are a few ways that Slice could take in the future, but at core, it will always be for the simplifying the campus life. It is just the beginning for us, and it's yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Glyce team. I sincerely hope your initiative goes ahead, leaps and bounds, and beats all the brands and becomes the leading brand in recent future. So may I now invite Professor Gayatri Mukherjee onto the dais, please.
Good evening, everyone. As we conclude this celebration of International Women's Day, it is my privilege to offer the vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing team. I extend our sincere gratitude to Srimati Bula Choudhury Chakraborty for inspiring us with her remarkable journey, and to Professor Shuman Chakraborty, our director, and for his leadership and unconditional support for this program. Our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Soumya Swaminathan for her illuminating keynote address, and to Ms. Sulajja Firodia Motwani for sharing her perspectives on clean and inclusive mobility. We thank Sri Rupa Madam for taking time off her very busy schedule to be with us today. I would also like to acknowledge the many faculty members and teams whose efforts shaped the important initiatives highlighted today, from health and women's leadership initiatives to felicitating grassroots change makers and frontline workers. Innovation programs such as She Innovates, the Setu Cloud Kitchen initiative, and the launch of School of Skills for Allied Health Sciences. Our sincere thanks to the Technology Students Gymkhana and the AVCell for their logistic support, to the brand store for the mementos, and to Professor Nitin Gupta and the NSO program officers for their support in encouraging student participation. My sincere appreciation goes to Professor Koil Choudhury, PIC of the International Women's Day Committee, and all the committee members for their dedication. We are also grateful to the Director's Office, especially the Chief of Staff, Mr. Abhrojit, for his constant support. Finally, I thank all our speakers, awardees, participants, volunteers, and each one of you present here for being part of the celebration. Last but not the least, we thank Dr. Arindam for hosting this program with patience and enthusiasm in equal proportions. Today, we celebrated achievement, leadership, and opportunity. May the spirit of this day continue in our work, in our institution, and in our communities. Thank you, and wishing everyone a very meaningful International Women's Day.
May I have all the organizing committee members of the International Women's Day team to be on the stage for a group photo, please. Puro whole, all. Right. Please be on the stage, all the volunteers, awardees, and the committee members. Abhrojit. ফটোটা তুলে নে। Everyone on stage, please. Requesting everyone.